So like I said before, you're going to get your squat rack height and your bench height. There are two separate J hooks for each movement before you weigh in. So make sure you set up the squat rack and the bench so that you can get both before you weigh in. We can tell the person who weighs you in. Once you get that and your name is called for your first attempt, once again, the judge will say bar is loaded. That is your cue to go out there and get the start command set up for your lift. Now, bench press has 3 commands: start, press, and rack. If you miss any one of those commands, it's going to be a no lift. And if you are pressing and the bar moves back down while you're pressing it, we will grab it from you. It will also be a no lift. So make sure that you're constantly pressing. Now, as far as rules of what's going to count for your setup, we're looking for 5 points of contact. Head on the bench, shoulders on the bench, butt on the bench, and feet on the floor, and hands on the bar inside, or at the most, an index finger on this ring here. All right, we'll get a close-up in a second. But this is our ring for our Ohio bar. We are using the Titan combo rack, so make sure you set up. This is not like the Elicos or anything if you guys have competed at any IPF or USAPL events. It's not like those. It's built a little bit differently. We had to add a few more holes. But make sure you get your rack height and you keep the widest grip you can keep is an index finger on that first ring. All right, so let's go over our setup. Once you got your rack height and the loaders load the bar for you, the bar is loaded, we're going to set up on that bench. You can put your feet on the bench if that helps you. You can tell the spotter how you want the handoff. Tell them, hey, at 3 breaths, 1, 2, 3, hand it off. However it works for you, make sure you tell them because they don't know who you are and they don't know how you are going to like a handoff. If you don't want a handoff, make sure you tell them that. Once you set up, get your grip. Like I said, feet on the bench is totally fine. Unrack it, get the handoff, whatever you got to do. 5 points of contact, shoulders on the bench, butts on the bench, feet are on the floor, hands are on the bar, heads on the bench. All right, we don't want this. I don't want this, not this. Right? If you're at any point your butt comes off the bench, that will be a no lift. Right? If at any point your feet come off the floor, that is a no lift. If you miss the command, start, press, rack. If you miss any one of those commands, it's going to be a no lift. All right, so make sure you pay attention to the judge. Make sure you know what's going on before you get out there so you don't get hit with a no lift and you thought you did a great job.